89.7, the voice of the North. You're with Nick for breakfast, and we've been talking about this morning the how parents deal with their children in terms of bullying. Now, bullying is a big topic here in Western Australia, or just all over Australia in general. And there's one expert who says that people should stop blaming bad parenting for bullying. Claire Orange, who's a parenting expert. How you doing, Claire?
Good morning, Nick.
Welcome to the show. You said in one of your articles that bullying is not to be blamed on bad parenting. Traditionally, you think that bad parenting might be related to it. Why is that not the case?
Well, it seems to be the fallback position on all things. You know, children with ADHD, that's got to be bad parenting. Bullying, that's got to be bad parenting. Children not getting to school, that's got to be bad parenting. It seems to be the fallback position. And bullying in itself is an incredibly complex issue that is held within communities and cultures. While it might be part of parent modelling, it's not always the case. And in fact, in most instances, it's not.
So in terms of parent shaming, another thing you outlined in your article for the carousel.com, very interesting article you have here as well, is mum shaming specifically. So we have parent shaming in general and mum shaming as well. So you have, if you ask too much of your kids, you're is it a tiger mum or a tiger mum?
A tiger mum.
Yeah, a tiger mum. If you do too much, you're a helicopter mum. Explain a little bit to the listener what parent shaming is.
Right. Well, again, it's that fallback. If something's going wrong with a child, we're going to do some parent shaming. And certainly it's a big thing. It's a big conversation in schools. And they become these labels that we apply. So let's take, for example, the helicopter mum, the mum who hovers around and does too much and, you know, has this tendency to create this child with no resilience. Now, is this true in some cases? Yeah, absolutely it's true. But there's times, so that article you're referencing in the carousel, I put in there an example of me taking my 11-year-old to school who was, you know, just absolutely focused on this fidget spinner. And I followed him in, carried his bag, and, you know, the looks of shame from other parents about me carrying an 11-year-old's bag. Now, do I do it every day? No. Am I a helicopter parent? No. Do I support my kids when they need it? Yeah. We have these global terms to describe parents like helicopter parent, a free-range parent. If you let your kids play down in the park without supervising them, that's terribly bad too. If you require your children to live up to an expectation, you're a tiger parent. It becomes these labels that we apply that are very shaming for parents and very global, very generalised, and very unhelpful, very disempowering in parent talk.
I'm talking to Claire Orange, parent educator. Now, Claire, we talk about bullying and who's to blame. So the parents aren't to blame. Bad parents are not to blame for bullying. Who do we point the finger at then?
Right. Well, you know, I guess we need to get really clear. In some cases, bullying does start at home. So children, all of our children watch us. We're modelling all the time. So you would have seen 2- and 3-year-old children, you know, clomping around in parents' shoes because they want to be like us. They want to walk in our shoes. So if bullying starts at home, you are going to see it in the playground. That's a given. But in so many other cases, it can be the child who's been bullied will often use that as a defence mechanism themselves. They'll get in before another child does it to them. So in turn, they can do those bullying behaviours to others as self-protective. We also have kids with diagnostic categories who have low impulse control. They do the first silly thing that comes into their head, and generally it can be quite either physically or psychologically damaging to other children, so that's what we would call bullying. However, it comes from their diagnosis, so we really have to work in a brain-based way to change that. There's lots of other ways that bullying becomes, it can be part of school communities. It's part of peer-based behaviour too. You know, children who don't have a strong sense of self will often live up to, or most likely down to, the expectation of their peers. And that creates significant difficulties in school populations and in school cultures. So it's incredibly complex for bullying. To land it all at the feet of bullying, at the feet of parents, it's pretty shameful, really. We have so many complex factors, Nick.
We might wrap it up there, Claire. Claire Orange is a parent educator. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Claire.
My pleasure, Nick.
89.7, the voice of the North. I'll be with you all morning here on 89.7.